When people think about mountains, they usually think about what you gain from the climb. But sometimes, the mountain changes you by stripping things away. This is Summit After the Storm podcast, and I'm Bart Wilbanks. Kilimanjaro stripped away distractions, comfort, routine, ego, noise. And somewhere during that climb, I started realizing something. Nothing is more important than the people God has placed in your life right now. Not status, not possessions, not accomplishments, and certainly not titles. People. The mountain stripped away all the things that had been hiding that truth from me. And strangely enough, Kilimanjaro wasn't the first time hardship forced me to think about life differently. About 25 years earlier, I was lost in the Grand Canyon. No food, no water, weak, dehydrated. 2 friends were there with me, and honestly, I believed we were going to die there. I still remember lying on top of a mesa that night, looking up at the stars, my stomach cramping with hunger. My lips were dry from dehydration. And for the first time in my life, I truly thought death was about to happen. And I remember praying. But if I'm being honest, I also remember bargaining with God. Have you ever lied to God? Because I did that night. I prayed, God, please don't let me die here. I don't want my parents to have to go through this. And then I started making promises. God, if you get me out of here, I swear I will be a better person. I'll never curse again. I'll never tell a lie again. I'll never. And I started listing every sin that I was struggling with at that point in my life. Well, long story short, we found our way out the next day. Weak, exhausted, dehydrated, but alive. And obviously, I haven't lived a perfect life over the past 25 years. I didn't mean to lie to God, but I think I was just terrified. And looking back now, I realize something important about hardship. Hardship strips people down to what's real. When survival becomes the priority, you stop caring about meaningless things. You stop worrying about image, status, possessions, comparison. And somewhere underneath all the noise, you rediscover what actually matters. It's faith, love, people, gratitude. That's what the mountain did to me years later. The storm on Kilimanjaro happened so fast, I barely had time to even think about dying. But afterward, I started seeing life differently. Because once you realize how fragile life really is, your priorities change. Matthew 6 says, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." And maybe hardship reveals where our hearts actually are. Most people spend years chasing things that won't matter much at the end of life. Eventually, hardship has a way of stripping those illusions away. And maybe that's painful, but it's also mercy. Because sometimes people only rediscover what matters the most after everything unimportant gets stripped away first. The mountain stripped away my distractions. And underneath all the noise, I found something simple. Life is fragile. People matter deeply, and none of us are promised tomorrow. If this resonated with you, follow the podcast on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, YouTube, or whatever platform you're listening on, and share it with someone who just might need it. You can learn more about this movement in my book at summitafterstorm.com. And until next time, keep climbing. Poly poly.